All right, earlier this week, I had the opportunity to sit down with my old friend, Democratic strategist James Carville. Here's part two of that interview. James, we have now identified, because of Harris and Biden open borders, hundreds of people with known terror ties in this country. We have tens and tens of thousands from China, Russia. They're coming from Iran. They're coming from Syria, Egypt, Afghanistan, and Venezuela. Is that not a national security danger to this country? Because I see it.
Well, first of all, it is well documented that immigrants have much lower crime rates than native-born Americans. The second thing I would say, I completely agree. These are human beings. They're members of the human race, all right? And they should not be denied health care. Now, if you have a woman takes a 10-year-old or 6-year-old and walks 500 miles to get in this country from Guatemala because she's being overrun by drug gangs, do I think this woman should be admitted and her children as citizens? Heck yeah. Come in, girl. We got a job for you.
Why can't they go through the legal? Wait a minute, but James, why can't they just do it legally? We can vet them. Do you really believe that people coming from Iran, Syria, Egypt, Afghanistan, China, and Russia, do you think they're coming here because they want a better life? Is that what you really believe?
You know, Sean. Certainly, you have laws. I don't believe we should deny any human being health care. If you show up at the emergency room, I think the Hippocratic Oath compels you, and I think being a Catholic compels me to say this person is entitled to health care, is entitled to basic human rights. Should we have a border? Yes, we should have a border. But, you know, and maybe we need fences, but we need big gates. And I will say this to my dying day. I would rather live in a country that people are trying to get into than live in a country that people are trying to get out of. I just do.
But the reality, we have never had illegal immigration at this level, and I believe it's a clear and present danger for you, for your family, for your children, and we're rewarding that illegal immigration behavior, and it's wreaking havoc. What do you say to Laken Riley's family? What do you say to Rachel Moore and the mother of five's family? What do you say to Jocelyn Nungary's family? I interviewed her mom and her granddad on my program right here, and they lost their 12-year-old little girl in Houston, and it was killed by one of Harris and Biden's unvetted illegal immigrants. What do you say to them, James? You love your children.
I don't know. I would have great difficulty, as anyone would have great difficulty telling the parents in Uvalde, how were your children slaughtered with a legal weapon that no one has any need to have?
You're changing the topic.
To the people in Buffalo.
They'd be alive if we secured the border.
The border had nothing to do with Uvalde.
They entered the country with open borders.
The border had nothing to do with. Again, the border had nothing to do with this. Please fact check me. Please fact check me. The border had nothing to do with these mass shootings with these AR-15s. We all have difficult questions that we have to ask. Anybody can say that. We can sit in the peanut gallery and throw peanuts. But I do think we can have. I think border crossings right now are about the same as they were when President Biden took office. Was there? I think ineffective boarding policy at one time, yes, because they did what I said. You showed me saying at the beginning of the show. When you listen to these, quote, identity progressive left-wingers, it always leads to bad policy. But right now, when you look at the Senator Langford and Senator Murphy's plan, that was negotiated, and Donald Trump killed it. That's a fact. Y'all can fact check me.
Donald Trump killed the plan. That plan, to be clear, would not have been implemented unless a few million people crossed the border on any given day, and then it would be discretionary. Yeah. They wouldn't have to even implement the plan. That's not a border security plan. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
So, all right, you're supporting Harris and Walz. Tell me why. I want you to answer two questions. I want you to answer, is America better off than it was 4 years ago? Number one. Number two, I want you to tell me specifically, no distractions, no obfuscations, what has Kamala Harris done as vice president that warrants a promotion?
Well, let me say this. It's demonstrably better off than it was 4 years ago. Look at the employment rate 4 years ago. Look at the stock market 4 years ago. Look at the crime rate 4 years ago. Are you kidding me?
They're up. Crime is up.
When Joe Biden, again, I'll let you ask me questions. Please let me answer questions, okay? I'm giving you very specific metrics to look at. And if you ask me, is the country better off today than it was 4 years ago? My answer is heck yeah. All right? Period. End of story. That's James Carville's view. All right? So if are there things that we need to work on? I think, by the way, the crime rate's dropping almost to historic levels. And I keep hearing Trump talking about rising crime. I don't know what he's talking about. I hear people talk about these urban hellholes, and I'm sitting here in Chicago, and tell you the truth, it's a pretty damn nice city. It really is.
James,
So
30 people were shot this weekend, 5 are dead. Not exactly safe, and I have scrolled the names of people shot and killed in the city. Let me ask you a couple of, I think, what are very extreme positions of Kamala Harris. Do you think it's a good idea when she says to ban fracking and drilling? Do you think that's good for our economy to do that?
No, I don't.
All right. I got one concession out of you.
Fracking is a transition thing, and I don't think she has that position today. And I think human beings evolve, and I think they have experience. And I know there are many things that I thought, for instance, in 2008, I always point out, President Obama and Secretary Clinton were against gay marriage. Well, you know what? They're not anymore. Good for them. All right? And when somebody evolves from a position to a better position, I'll give them credit.
All right. Do you think we should eliminate private health insurance? Because Kamala thinks that she wants Medicare for all, universal health care. You know, you and I are getting a little bit older. I'd actually like to keep my health care. Right. She says we should eliminate private insurance. Here's what she said.
You support the Medicare for All bill, I think initially co-sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders. You're also a co-sponsor on it. I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance. So for people out there who like their insurance, they don't get to keep it?
Well, listen, the idea is that everyone gets access to medical care, and you don't have to go through the process of going through an insurance company, having them give you approval, going through the paperwork, all of the delay that may require. Who of us has not had that situation where you got to wait for approval and the doctor says, well, I don't know if your insurance company is going to cover this? Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
I thought she and Walz were running as the Freedom Party. I'd like the freedom to get my own health care, and I think you'd probably like yours, too.
Well, I don't think we should eliminate private health care. I never thought Medicare for all was a good idea. I disagree with it, just like I disagree with Donald Trump that people who serve in the armed forces are fools. I don't agree with that. I think Medal of Honor winners are held a more esteemed place in the United States than people who win the Medal of Freedom. So you never get somebody that you're going to agree with on every point. But what she has, her position has evolved. So am I going to say that she was wrong 4 or 5 years ago? Yeah, maybe she was. And if she held the same position today, I would be happy to come on your show and say, although I'm voting for Vice President Harris, I profoundly disagree with her position on private insurance. I do not think that is her current position.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.